Hey Jack, this is Tom, and I think you might be onto something with the idea of getting rid of the pressure to make money off of what you're passionate about. I know that that can be a very tough relationship to navigate. I'm starting to drop out of some orchestras that no longer, I mean, they don't pay very well actually, but I have I don't know, I have other things. Like, I've been successful at getting into the retirement home industry, and it started off not for money. Actually, it started off just volunteering. I had extra time, and I just wanted to explore playing, and I do have, I have some talent too, and that helps a lot. But in the end, I learned to play. I learned that I can, and now, like, just starting with, I liked it a lot. I was experimenting with singing and playing violin at the same time, and the volunteer experience was very well received, and now that's my favorite thing that I do. By far, I make the most money doing retirement homes. I play at over 100 retirement homes, and I it's the most fun. I can do what I want. Albeit, though, I do really, what makes it more fun for me by far is connecting with and interacting with the audience. And I really admire, I'm obsessed. I've been obsessed with Ternion sound. And I think you have a lot to do with it, because most of the time, I mean, all three of your synergy is good, but most of the time, I really like the way that you're in the moment in the sets, and that the way you beat juggle, and you just seem like you have some, I don't know if it's, you must practice it a lot, but it seems like you're very improvisational and very in the moment and just energetic, and that you really love doing it, and I can tell that. And so that's been neat. It's also, in the Back to the Rave set, when you when you went into the audience, I don't know, you do have you have a certain magnetism that I want you to continue feeling that the work you're doing in music will give you that outlet, and that you can actually like doing it, and kind of like, and the idea of getting independent from having to make your living doing that, I think that's a really, really good idea. I have some independence now from, I did a large variety of orchestras and churches and community groups and stuff, and I would take more and more and more and more gigs, and it was good up to a point. I got pretty tired of certain jobs now that I had the biggest year of all. I had over 500 gigs last year, and now I can start cutting back on things and start doing, I don't know, doing stuff that I want to do just for fun. And if I need to make more money, I don't know. I'm not too worried about the money part right now. Thankfully, I do have, I have a new bird. He's awesome. And I've, getting the video cameras going. And another thing too, that you could consider is that you talked in your message about music producers kind of having a big role in promoting people, and they already need to be big for them to be booked. Well, there's a group, I don't know, there are certain musicians out there that when you find them, you really connect with them. And for me, it doesn't really matter how popular they are. It's just, as long as they are putting out what they want to put out, I think it will attract people. However, what I would recommend is figuring out to do, doing your own videos would be a big, kind of taking that on a little bit more if you can, taking on some self-promotion, because for me, that is very liberating when you can self-promote. And I know that you might be into that. I know I've watched little bits and pieces of your synth, working with synths, granular synths and stuff, but I don't know how attuned you are to self-promotion or how that works in the sort of the electronic music industry. But for me, I was over time, it didn't feel like work. It just felt like fun. It felt like a game for me. But I would call retirement homes, and I would go sometimes, just boldly go in with my violin and play in the lobby. And again, some places don't like that. Some places are just very controlling, very controlling about, and the people there, and I've learned this just recently, that it's not always my fault, or whatever. If people don't like me. A lot of people do like me, and accept me, and they even like my bird, and they let me bring my GoPros and film. And I have 2 whole hour-long gigs, multicam filmed, and microphones set up that I can't wait to process. But anyways, I was just thinking, about your situation, your Basement jams with DJ Necromancer. When that came out, I was, oh man, I've listened to that several times as well, and even Creaso's set and his vinyl, it does, I just feel like if you just follow your passion, and if you try your idea with Ternion ending, that's a big deal. That was such a big deal for you, and for me too, that for a lot of people, but that's it's I don't know, it's a new era is starting, kind of, and it's like a shift, it's a change, it's a challenge, a big change in your life and in your whole livelihood and career, and that I just think that there's potential. There is a lot of potential for you to come back stronger, and to find, and it's hard to find people who share your same level of nerdiness. Trust me, I don't know a lot of people who are on my level of weirdness and eclectic, strange, and hopefully you'll see more of it soon. If I am getting very close now to posting a lot of stuff, and having a YouTube channel with my parrot and my violin and stuff. And I'm very a lot of things have come together just this past year for me to get to that point. But I don't know, maybe you too could learn some new skills too in terms of videoing. And I can tell you, if you have all your footage and you know how to click a button to show that camera, you can have so much fun highlighting what you want the audience to see when you're doing something. I have done, my DJ stuff is really just for fun, and it's really just really sloppy, kind of like 100 Gex actually is one. 100 Gex and Machine Girl are both really inspirational to me. And I've made goofy videos, and one I'll have to show you. You have made it into one of my videos, your whole September 2024 set with the spin out on the, y'all ready for this? That, I inserted that clip. I downloaded the set and I inserted that clip into the middle of this Paul Blart revelation. It's hard to describe in words, but it's one of the most fun. It's one of the things I'm the most proud of that I've made. I've never made something that I'm more proud of. In terms of just creatively, and learning new skills is fun too. And, I have this DaVinci Resolve speed editor, and I have this little entry-level controller and recorder and GoPro and my parrot, and it's fun, and I love it. And I can keep the bills paid by playing gigs. I play, and I enjoy the vast majority of my retirement gigs, and it gets me, out of the house, it gets me around people, and it's fun, and I love it. I'm good at it, and my parrot comes along with me, so maybe you can find, I hope you find some inspiration to, after Ternion Sound's over, and you have a big year ahead of you with your farewell tour. I believe, you're just, but the way that you're thinking about, and you're aware of you're aware of the meta issues and the cycles, of music getting in the people, different people having different needs and different ideas of what music, what types of gatherings you do. You just go party, get fucked up. How much of it is a social thing, and it's not so much about the music, but I know that you and I we both have a similar take, we really like music and the older stuff, the 90s intelligent drum and bass sets, really special stuff. And I'm hoping that you can find your niche, kind of like I found my niche in the retirement home entertainment. And even as a good, successful retirement home entertainer, it still can get stale. I have to, adding my parrot and adding the video cameras has boosted way up. So keeping it fresh for myself too is actually almost as important, because in my type of entertainment, the business of entertainment, it's hard to fake it. It's very hard to fake going to a gig and not having fun and not caring about the gig, and just being tired and just but again, like connecting with the audience usually provides a lot of relief, even if I don't like it. Just seeing the people sing along and singing together, that usually lifts my spirits. And then most of my gigs, I end up getting tired because I got so into it and I got so passionate. And it's been tough for me too to just slow down and take breaths between songs and like drink, take a drink between the songs, because I'm so it's so nice to have a group thing. And I don't know, man. I had this one last closing thought. Wouldn't it be funny if people in our generation, when we retire, like, are we going to be in nursing homes? Are we going to be in, well, not nursing homes. Are we going to be in independent living communities? And what kind of entertainment are we going to receive from wherever, what homes are there going to be DJs, in nursing homes? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if they'll have what types of live music will appeal to people, because I play at over 100 actively playing at 100 different retirement homes. And a lot of them, some of them seem, they like a variety, I think, in general. But most of the stuff I play is 1950s and below. And, a lot of songs I have that I learned as a kid. I grew up in kind of an old-fashioned Christian household. So I learned hymns, they like hymns. And a lot of them like country and these clever old songs, folk songs and American songs and Oh Danny Boy and stuff like that. So not so much classical. Classical is not my favorite to play either. I only do a couple classical pieces, but again, I hope that you find your way through this. You have my full support, and I just love your style of playing with things and just the way that you feel the music. It really does. It speaks so strongly to me, and it really did enrapture me, and it's kept me enraptured for many years. So I am excited to see how you get through this and what new venues you'll explore. So, all right. I hope that message finds you well. I will see you at Infrasound.